2, 1, action.
Have you been on any podcasts before?
I haven't actually. No, I haven't ever been on a podcast before. So this is my first, and I'm actually super excited.
You're a big fan of podcasts. So who are your favorite podcast hosts?
My favorite right now, so I go through a few different phases. The first podcast that I probably ever listened to was Amanda Bucci.
Okay.
She's kind of like very influential to me. She's a fitness, business, wellness coach, and she's very into like spirituality, everything like that. So I started listening to her podcast, and it really like inspired me. She has a lot of really positive things to talk about in all senses, and especially with where I'm at in my life right now too, especially with it being like fitness, wellness, all that kind of stuff. That's something that I've been listening to. Another one that I listen to it's called Your Highest Self.
Okay.
Her name is Sahara Rose, and she's beautiful woman, just all around spirituality, everything like that. So I've been listening to a lot of hers. Brennan Bouchard, he's a really good one. I like Tony Robbins. There's so many different ones that I listen to, but those are probably my top few that
Groovy.
I regularly listen to.
Yeah, I've been following Brendan and Tony for I think about 4 years now.
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
Yeah, really inspiring. Have you seen I Am Not Your Guru?
I have, actually.
Did that inspire you?
Super impactful. Yes, very inspirational.
It made me excited to wake up the next day. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this.
Let's get after life. Let's go for it. I love it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I follow you on Instagram, and I'll attach your
IG handle, Instagram handle, my whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And your posts are really motivational. So you. Are a fitness coach.
Yes. As of right now, I have my personal trainer certification and my group fitness certification. So I just got those a couple years ago is when I first started getting into my certifications. I came into like the health and fitness industry, I would say like 3.5 years ago, and that's when I got my job at the Valley Fitness Center. I'm working on the desk, but being within that kind of energy and around all those people, I really wanted to serve them more, be more in tune with the people. And I thought, okay, what better way to do that than to get my group fitness certification? So I started teaching group fitness classes. And then after about a year of doing that, I went and got my personal trainer certification. So after getting my personal trainer certification, I'm like, okay, one-on-one, that is where it's at for me. Like, I really love being there for one person at a time, that kind of energy.
Okay, so you do offer your personal training from the Valley Fitness Center currently?
Currently, and I'm also just starting up an online health and fitness coaching business as well.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, super exciting.
So that means somebody can hire you from the comfort of their own home.
Exactly.
And what kind of equipment would they need?
So it's based on what they have. So it depends on what that person would want in particular. Basically, since it's online, like I could work with anyone from anywhere in the world. Like I have a client who's in Australia right now too. So it's like she tells me what equipment they have access to, what their fitness goals are, how many days they want to work out per week. And then I create the program that's specifically for them. So that's really cool that way. And then they can decide whether they want to work out at home or if they want to go to the gym. Okay. And then they don't have to come into the gym, because I know not everybody wants to come to the gym. Sometimes it's a confidence thing. Sometimes it's just people like working out at home, and that's better. As long as you're moving, that's all that matters.
Right. I really appreciate a few little hints here and there. Kind of a newbie when it comes to equipment at the gyms.
Yeah.
I teach yoga, and I'm really comfortable with that, but sometimes you have to switch it up. Like my daily routine is yoga.
Yep.
And sometimes I'll go into the gym and I really have no idea where to start. So I've had a few people drop some kind of hints, like say on a treadmill, you start with, going uphill for this long. And then, so that's really cool that you could set all that up prior to going to a gym.
Exactly.
So then you come in and you'll know what the heck to do.
Exactly. And that was my thing too. Like when I first started working out, I had no idea what to do. You walk in those doors and it's like, oh my God, where do I even start? So for me, like I really want to help people even just getting into the gym and knowing what to do when they're there, and something that's actually going to help progress them. So they're not walking around, wandering around, trying to read the equipment, wondering how much weight do I lift? How do I move this thing? Is this even the right exercise for me? And then doing it properly. So all of that.
I find that it's really helpful to know how many reps to do.
Yes.
Yes. Because some people get in there and they're like,
30 reps and then done. But yeah, so yeah, I set the rep ranges, the weights. You can track your weights as well too. So you can actually, progressively get better and better and better. So you're not just going in there doing the same thing every time, which is really nice.
So you offer a fitness component. Is there any type of additional coaching that you offer?
Heck yeah.
Like mindset or?
Yeah. So that's something I'd like to get more into as well. I know for me, my own personal journey, fitness was kind of where I started. That was my very starting point was, getting into the gym, working out, understanding my body a little more. And then once I started to really learn about my body and the way that lifting weights made me feel, that's when I started to, think more in my mind. How does my body affect my mind? And just the way that I've come to look at myself and the way I carry myself in the world is completely different than I would have 5 years ago before I started lifting weights or moving my body.
I kind of must have read something that you had posted about 5 years ago. So I'm curious.
Yeah.
What set you in the direction of taking care of yourself before you started wanting to take care of other people? What was it that put you on your health and wellness journey or your path to that self-discovery?
Yeah. So prior to moving to Invermere, I moved here about 3.5 years ago. Prior to moving to Invermere, I lived in Saskatoon, grew up my whole life there. And, in my high school years, I went through kind of a few toxic years, not taking care of myself, not being my best at all. And then I got to the point, I think I was in grade 10, and I'm like, if I keep going this way, I'm not going to graduate. If I keep going this way, what is my future life going to look like? And I think it was a quote that I saw that said, do something today that your future self will thank you for. And that hit me hard. I'm like, oh my God, who am I going to be in the future? What is my life going to look like if I keep continuing on this route? So after that, I started eating a little healthier, really thinking about what I'm putting into my body, moving it properly, and then learning my discovery within the gym and understanding, lifting weights and that I can build my body to look the way I want it to look. Because for me, I was super self-conscious in my own body. I didn't like the way I looked. I was so insecure about myself. And if you look at me now, you wouldn't guess it. You wouldn't guess that. But it's, I started somewhere, and we were kind of speaking about earlier, it's you start somewhere and then you just grow and build on that. You don't know anybody's history until you actually ask them. I think who I am now is because who I was.
That is a really mature aha moment that you had.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard this before, but it's actually a part of your brain that doesn't form until you're about 25.
Okay.
Where you start to recognize that what you're doing today, the choices you make will affect you 3 months, a year, 5,
Totally.
So you kind of matured, I think, pretty early in life.
Thanks.
Obviously for a reason. If your life sounded like you're having some struggles, and I'm so happy that you kind of took a hold of everything and came out on top.
Absolutely.
Because your confidence does show, and I know you've got a few fans. My daughter is a fan. She's like, oh my God, Taylor, she's coming for a podcast. And I'm like,
that is so sweet.
So
I love that.
Yeah, she's just starting at the gym, and she just, she has a pretty big intention to start taking better care of herself as well. And it's so important, living in a small community, there's not much to do. So
absolutely,
some kids start making the wrong choices and then
can lead you down that left path,
right?
That path that you don't want to be on. But I think it's never too late to come back to your right path. You can go off for years and years and years, but I think at some point you always come back to where you're meant to be. And right now I feel like I'm where I'm meant to be. So just all came with trial and error, and not even error. It was just learning who I want to be and who I want to become. And now every day I'm just doing everything that I can to think who do I want to be in the future? What am I doing for myself? This is my life. I'm the most important person in my life. And if I can't take care of myself, how can I take care of other people?
Right. So how often do you take care of you? What do you do for your self-care regimen?
Every day.
Every day?
Every day I do something for me. Whether that be, every morning I try to take 5 minutes to just, not check my phone, just sit there, breathe, think about my day. What are my intentions for this day? How do I want to present myself into this world? So I spoke to this a while ago I think it was on my Instagram as well. Every day I set my intentions. What is it for today? Today I'm going to be patient, kind, and loving. And that's how I walk throughout my day. That's my focus. And that's what I want to present myself as that day. Every day I kind of start with that, you know, in my shower. I love myself, and I really appreciate my own self. And I think doing that, like everything from like brushing my teeth to washing my face to washing my body, I just do it all with love for me, because this is my body. This is the only place that I have to live for the rest of my life. So I need to take care of it. And yeah, like throughout the day, you know, if I'm trying to become super in tune with my body. So everything that I do, I think, you know, if I'm finding that I'm getting tired or stressed out or something, I just try to take a step back and think like, okay, take 5. It's fine. Like I don't have to go on that swirl of like stress and upset. Like I do not have to go in that direction. I can step back, take a few minutes, reassess the situation, and come back to it with a clear mind. So I think that comes down to like self-care as well, because, you know, if you get super into a stressed out mood, it can just continue through the rest of your day, and then you become this anxious person, which, you know, I used to be too. I'm learning every day. Workouts every day. I would say I work out, like lift weights, probably 4 to 5 times a week, depending on the week. Sometimes I only do it 2 or 3 times. It really depends on how I'm feeling. I listen to my body. I shower every day, twice a day. I think that's super important.
Do you have any beauty tips?
For me, oh my gosh, I used to struggle so much with my skin. Like my skin has been an insecurity of mine for so many years.
Yeah.
Super self-conscious. Like I love doing my makeup. It's kind of always been something to make me feel better about myself. But now I really care for my skin. I do that little jade roller too. You just roll it on your face. So I probably do that a few times a week. Yeah. I do face masks 2-3 times a week. I go to the hot springs whenever I want to. I live super close, which is super nice. So yeah, honestly, I just do anything that I feel that I need to. I take as much time for myself as I can. I sit in my chair for 2 hours and drink coffee and read a book. Why not?
Coffee's good, reading's good.
Coffee's good, reading's good.
And what's, do you have any of your favorite books you can share with us, or any titles?
Have you heard of You Are a Badass?
I only heard about it because Josie, she's in California, and she posted something about how amazing the book is.
Yeah. So I think I might have told her about that one too. But honestly, read that book. 110% read that book. That is such a perspective-changing book. Everyone needs to read it. She's an amazing author. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like I said, like podcasts are super, like I drive half an hour to work every day. Oh. So yeah. So
are you in Radium or Fairmont?
I'm just past Fairmont.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so you come and you work full time at Valley Fitness Center?
Right now I work like 30 hours a week at the fitness center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your workouts, do you predominantly work out at the fitness center, or do you have a home gym as well?
So if I'm lifting weights, it's always at the Valley Fitness Center. Like we have a really good variety of equipment there. So I have a pretty good workout regime, but some days I just go in there and I like to play around. Like some days I'm just like, oh, I'm going to try this out and, you know, do something different. I feel like since I've become a personal trainer, I'm finding I'm experimenting a lot more too. Yeah. But if I don't feel like going to the gym, I will just do some yoga at home. Like I have a very beautiful view, like the natural sunlight comes in. So I'll just like do my own flow at home, feel it out, just relax, not have any real expectations of myself, and yeah, just see.
So in your fitness workout program that you do yourself or offer to other people, are you familiar with how to work with those kettlebells? Do you use kettlebells at all?
I use them sometimes.
Okay.
I use them sometimes. Yeah, like they're not something that I would pick first, but they're a really good tool to use in the gym.
I've been following a lady who works with kettlebells, and she trains people. I've never tried one myself, but it looks like really cool.
They're really cool.
There's this whole routine they do.
Yeah.
You know, with those little balls, and they flip them up and they push them up, and
they're amazing. Once you get good at using them and understand them, you can do a lot with them. Like you can get a full body workout in with 2 kettlebells. So yeah,
because I've seen some at the gym, but I've never really heard of anyone using them, and I certainly wouldn't know what to do. You know,
you should come try it out. I can teach you a few things too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, like I'm always learning more. I'm always trying new things. Like I'm not like I have only this tool that I use. Like I'm not just a BOSU person. I'm not just a dumbbell person. Like I want to learn as much as I can about every tool in the gym, because everyone's so different, and you know, you might prefer something whereas someone prefers something else. Like everyone's so unique that you can't just say I only do this exercise with this thing. Like you need to understand that everyone is so different.
Right. For myself personally, I like to learn something, and that's what I do for the week, right? Just like with yoga, I learn a routine for myself.
Totally.
And then I share that with my class, but then that's like I stick to that same basic format, I guess you could say, before I, teach it. Well, before I teach it, but before I move on to anything else, like I like to master that routine, right?
Good for you. Good for you.
And I could see it being the same with kettlebells. I think I'd really like to learn a few routines and incorporate that.
Yep. Absolutely.
Kind of at a place in my life where I want to incorporate a little bit more weight training. What is your primary kind of age group that you work with?
I've been finding like a lot of the people who are reaching out to me, I would say within the like 16 to 35 range. Like it's not small.
Right.
It's pretty like, I've worked with a couple of like 80-year-old gentlemen before.
Okay.
But I find that's not my ideal client. Like I love helping them and I love teaching them new things. And
but you're a little more like
I'm
upbeat,
a little more upbeat,
fast-paced.
energetic. I'd like to, challenge people to get them to push past those limitations that they think they may have, and get them to try new things and do something different that they're not used to doing, and see a few new muscles grow in the process.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I really want to get working on my back muscles.
Yeah.
So I'm, I feel like there's a little bit in my thoracic where I kind of have this weak spot right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Weight training is a beautiful thing.
Right?
Yeah.
I know, you're starting to inspire me a little bit because I'm looking at your transformation pictures are unbelievable.
Thank you.
Like in 5 years, you've come a long way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Right now I'm just teaching like 2 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week, depends on the week and depends if I need to substitute here and there. And I like to switch it up. I like to keep my people guessing. I hope they don't have any expectations when they come to my class. They're seeing that they are progressing as time goes on. Like maybe the first time they did this exercise, it was super challenging, but now they're like, oh, I know this one. I understand this one. So that's something I really like to do too. Even with myself, it's like, mastering something, getting really good at it and having that strong foundation, but also trying a few new things here along the way.
So your group fitness classes, you're doing like an exercise routine that you're teaching to other people to come and work out together, but do you also incorporate some equipment in those classes?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. So a couple of times I've done like circuit classes where you go around the room and do like an exercise at each station. A couple of times I've done where we all use the same equipment and we just go through it all together. So I'm doing the same exercise as they're doing. I like to do full body days when we're doing classes rather than just doing like, oh, today's just a leg day. So that when you walk out of there, everything feels good. You got a good pump on. You maybe feel a little bit muscle soreness tomorrow. I've had a few people curse my name the next day. So, but in a good way, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, just feeling good, getting everyone to feel really good.
So your classes for Invermere can be found online at Valley Fitness Center.
Yep.
I'm wondering, do you have like a motivational message? I love what you shared earlier about, do something today that your future body will thank you for.
Yeah.
But is there something like, do you have a visionary statement for, people who are thinking about wanting to get healthier?
Just be you and show others that they can be themselves too. Yeah.
So be your authentic self, and that is what will help you develop more of who you really want to be.
Yeah.
If you chase after, not chase after, but if you're
constantly looking outward to, other people, you're going to lose yourself. But if you look inside yourself and just be your true self, that's where confidence comes from. It's just accepting me for who I am. I don't need to be anyone else but myself.
So being authentic to who you truly are.
Yeah. So being authentic.
And once you made that decision, your life path changed when you decided to follow your dreams of who you wanted to be in the future.
Exactly.
So you started making better choices.
Absolutely.
Stopped drinking alcohol.
Absolutely.
Got a clear conscience and a healthy fit bod.
Yeah, exactly. It all comes when you decide that you want, to change your future and be yourself, be your best self, really.
Yeah.
I just think that people need to remember that, you only have this one body for the rest of your life. So do, like, every choice that you make, impacts yourself in the future. So, think about, okay, you offered me that cookie. I want to say yes, but I think like, okay, what is that going to help me? It's going to be enjoyable for 5 minutes, but after that I might feel a little bit of guilt. So every time you make a choice, you have an opportunity to change the direction of your life. So just think, choices make or break your life. They really do. Yeah. Every day we have a choice.
And we have those choices. We make those choices ourselves, right?
Exactly. So nobody's telling you how to live your life. You get to choose your path. You get to choose your direction. You get to choose the life that you want to live. So make your choices wisely.
That's a smart message, girlfriend.
Thank you.
So I find that generally, the more I speak with people, not so much my clients that are coming to yoga already and taking care of themselves, but I'm noticing, my teenagers, their group of influence around the school, you can see a lot of kids, kind of walk looking down at the floor. And I've talked to a lot of the younger generation about their feelings of not quite feeling like they fit in. And it's almost like they're lacking in self-confidence and really struggling to keep up with the crowds.
Yeah. And I can relate to that too, because throughout my high school years as well, I think I was always trying to fit in with a group that wasn't my people, like I always tried to adapt myself and almost become a chameleon to the people around me instead of just being my own self. And I'd always, that's kind of how you lose yourself too, is you try to adapt to the people that are around you. And it's human nature to do that. Like, people become who they surround themselves with. So if you can surround yourself with super positive, uplifting people who motivate you to be better, people who energize you and give you that inspiration, you will become that. You are who you surround yourself with. And, at the same time too, you, once you become yourself and you learn how to be you, you show others that they can be themselves too. So I think just becoming your real, true self and accepting yourself for who you are is such a beautiful form of empowerment and self-love.
And then you start to develop that self-confidence.
Exactly.
Once you love yourself.
Exactly.
And you're not afraid to be who you truly are.
Exactly.
Right?
Once you accept yourself for who you are, that's when the confidence really truly shines, just being who you are. And that's really what life is all about. You don't have to be someone else. You don't have to adapt yourself to your best friend. Just be your own self. Why not? Why not, right?
Let your inner light shine bright.
Let your inner light shine bright. I love it. Oh, you're so cute. My main focus right now, I really want to get my online fitness coaching up and running. So I'm doing that. It's a customized training plan to really whatever a person wants. And the nice thing is that you have it all on your phone. So you don't have to have that person there with you. You get to decide which days you want to work out. I tell you what to work out, how many reps, how many sets, everything like that. So it's nice and easy for someone to decide what they want to do. So.
And what about with your programs? Is there any type of nutritional component or?
So I'm going to take a nutritional certification, but as of right now, like I do have a software program that does a few different meal plan options. If someone wanted to do the meal plan, then I could make that for them. It's not me that makes it. It's through an outside company.
Right.
So they do have that option as well.
Yeah, but I find you're pretty qualified. I've talked to you about a few things in the past, just, about herbal supplements. And, so you're full of good wisdom already.
Oh, well, thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm always learning. Every day is a new learning opportunity.
All right. Well, thanks for coming out to talk to me.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
The short notice, and why not, right?
It's just a big vision of mine right now. I feel really, I guess not compelled, but I feel driven, like I'm being moved by helping other people and inspiring other people. And what better way than to collaborate with people that are in my life.
Exactly.
You and I work at the fitness center one day a week as well. So that's how I met Taylor.
Yeah.
Kind of share a common vision. We work with the same clients. I just want to share the people in my life with sort of some of the people that have been following me.
I love it.
So that we can continue to inspire together and, collaborate together. Maybe sometime in the future we'll do a yoga booty workout together.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, so thanks again for coming, and
of course, thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
And I'm glad you said no to that chocolate chip cookie.
Me too. As much as I want it and as good as it looks, I just think, okay, I'm going to go have a salad or something after this.